Hello friends, welcome back. It's BigDenoPlays and we're here for another episode of Earthborne Rangers. It's very exciting. We're delving deep into the archaeology, hopefully trying to find the cage, and then we will be progressing the main storyline of what is occurring. So it is exciting. I'm enjoying this game. I enjoy the character that I've created. I don't see this game as one that I will come back to many times. I'm going to really enjoy this playthrough, whereas something like Marvel Champions or Marvel Champions, to me, because of its modularity, it feels a lot more replayable than this. So I do think the gameplay in this is probably fractionally better, but because it's the story that I'm talking about and engaging in, I think that's probably where I'll end up with this up for sale once I've finished. Maybe one more playthrough, I'm not sure. We've got that. So we've arrived at the branching artery and we're looking to get very quickly down to the mycelial enclave, where we can hopefully find someone who's going to help us delve deeper into the archaeology. So we're here with Glitter Rain. Actually, we'll just check our little map because, we've changed to Shimmering Runoff. Okay, that's cool. So we're actually starting with Illumination. We will deal out our stuff and then we're going to read 199.5 and 196.1. But we'll do all of our things first. So we'll deal this out. Touch of the Verdessa, Sparrowhawk, Throng of Life, Shapeshifter, Sketchbook, Light as a Feather. I'm just taking the starting cards. It is so hard for me to want to get rid of any of my cards. They're all so good. Oh, I love them so much. Okay, Lead Ranger, search the path deck for the next feature. There it is, some humming circuits, comes in down here within reach. And along the way is illuminated, that's nice. All right, and then everything else is good to go. I haven't set up my rebreather, so we'll see if that is a good decision or not. Let's read some story events. So the first one we're going to read is 199.5. As you can see, everything's still left from last time. 199.5. If we've completed, we have. Buried Survey Team. You wake up sitting in your bedroll. As you do, something slides off your chest and lands on the ground next to you. You feel around for it and find a bundle of Quizzy's favourite snacks. Looks like she and her father passed by your camp while you were asleep and left you a small treat. How very thematic and appropriate. Well done. Each ranger gains 1 additional energy of any type for the first round. I will take 1 additional awareness energy because that will allow me to play both of my cards, the Shapeshifter and Riri the Sparrowhawk. The Menagerie. Okay, and then the second one we have to read is 196.1. Point 1. Before you can get on the trail, a massive tremor. Oof, the earthquakes have been getting more common across the last few days. Whatever Solaro did to the archaeology changed something, and it's getting worse. Yes, we'll get down to the cage as quickly as possible, Solaro, I promise. All right, so we're underway. So to start the day, we're going to draw a path card. Ooh, a decrepit station platform. It starts with 0 power, so that's fun. But cool, after you travel, put your this is fun. This feature is illuminated. The light reveals the tunnel ahead. Scout 1 path card. It is illuminated because of the runoff, and this has got 2 power. Great, what a cool thing. So we'll just quickly read that. That's 128, the decrepit station platform. All right, 128. At first, the cavern reminds you of a dried riverbed, as unusual as it seems. The stairway takes you to a broad platform surrounded by broken railings, save for one section that simply drops off with little warning. The platform appears to lead nowhere. It simply sits several meters above the ground with no apparent function. A segment of wall is covered in large flow steel panels, some of which still have power. When you activate the panels, the rippling metal forms into a recognizable map of the arcology bisected by tunnels. You find your own location and then realize your first impression was not entirely wrong. This appears to be some sort of underground road dotted with periodic stations like the one you stand in. It's a subway! It's the metro! Riding on the metro. Yep, so if along the way is not illuminated, we've got shimmering runoff, so it is illuminated, so lots of good things here. Literally, I am just going to... So we have to traverse that to get rid of it. But yeah, let's play the Shapeshifter. And let's play Riri the Sparrowhawk for our 4 awareness. And then we will traverse the decrepit station platform, spending 1 of this. And we succeed in clearing the decrepit station platform. There was no bonus for clearing it, so that's fine. We will unexhaust our Prodigy of the Floating Tower, or exhaust it rather. We'll spend another 1 and try and go here. It's a -1, so we only put 2 progress on the location. And that is all. We will rest. Boom. We're gaining 3 of that back. We're drawing a card. It's another Shapeshifter. Cool. And we're drawing Kinetic Transfer Pods. 0 power. We can brave the ancient transportation. When you travel, you may travel to a location up to 2 paths away. This is awesome. That's so awesome. What a cool underground world we're living in. All right, we draw a card. Another sketchbook. Excellent. We'll unexhaust. We'll bring this back into hand. X is equal to 3 minus the number of power on this feature. So to move or remove it, X minus the number of power. So this is an annoying one. That's going to fatigue us, but yeah, we'll just do our usual deal, and suffer 2 fatigue, which is fine. 1, 2. We have enough to travel, and we will travel down to the mycelial conclave. Every time I hear mycelial, I think about Star Trek Discovery with the mycelial network. I like that. The mushrooms. It's cool. Harlan, we'll keep that in there because we haven't read that. That, Quizzy. Rift in the artery. Okay, so the ancient ruins are going away. We are adding that to the mycelial cards. And we will randomly shuffle... Oh no, there is actually a mycelial conclave deck. 1, 2, 3, 3. The Ferryman, Progenitor Mushroom, and a Gardener Spirit. I'm excited. I wonder what all this does. So this is all new. All new. We've never been to the mycelial conclave. Okay, done. So let's find out what the mycelial conclave has to offer us. There it is. It is 104, arrival setup. Search the path deck for the next flora and put it into play. So we'll travel, which means we draw a card. We get this back, and we're going to unexhaust. So that's where we find ourselves. Okay, mycelial conclave is 104. The cavern before you is overgrown with mushrooms of all shapes and sizes, from delicate frilled growths creeping along the floor to towering specimens as tall as cedars. Many glow with a vibrant luminescence, displaying a kaleidoscope of colour. The smell of decay fills your nostrils, and drifting clouds of spores hang lazily in the air. The room is cloaked in silence, and you can sense a presence here. It's as though the mushrooms themselves were watching you, a fungal quorum, wordlessly discussing what, if anything, should be done with you. If you have not received the spore specimen's mission, continue reading. Beneath a mushroom the size of your childhood home, you spot the glow of a lambent's rig. You draw closer and find that it's Sirasana Mia, the ranger from the biological outpost south of Branch. You haven't seen her since the business with the reclaimers. You can see that she's hunched over a cloth that, when you get closer, you discovered is covered in what appears to be small clumps of dirt. Oh, hello! So good to see someone else this deep. What a tremendous opportunity this expedition is turning out to be, isn't it? I haven't seen so much unrecognisable animal feces in decades. Just look at it. You know, it's fortunate that you came along when you did. I'm so very busy since my apprentice Tiella remained on the surface. I simply haven't had time to do all the research down here that needs doing. My fellow ranger, I bestow upon you the honour of gathering more spore samples from the multitude of mushrooms down here and testing their effect on some local flora and fauna. There's no telling what we might discover regarding their potential properties and uses. Without waiting for your agreement, she thrusts a curious device in your hands. Just point this device at the biosample and pull the lever. The sample is drawn into the vial, and once inhaled by the collector, it creates a seal around the vial. Then just insert the vial into the applicator and squeeze to release the spores. It couldn't be simpler. Gain the spore specimen's mission. All right, I will. With the gathering side face up. Travel along fungal forest paths to connect spore samples. All right, fun. Fungal spore specimens mission. Gathering side face up. There it is. So let's read what that mission is about over here on our zoom in. Collect spores from the underground mushrooms. When you travel, if you are not travelling on fungal forest terrain, flip this card. Cards with spores gain the following test. It's a focus test. Okay. Collect the spores. To move spores up to your effort from this flora to the spore specimen's mission. Okay, and what do we need to do to succeed? When you travel, if you're travelling, okay, distribute the spores to search the general set for a spore cloud and attach it to a non-human being. Move spores equal to your effort from this mission to the spore cloud. So move your effort from this flora. Okay, so I think what we have to do is collect the spores to move spores up to your effort from this flora to the spore specimen's mission. Great. When you travel, and then when a feature with the mycelial keyword comes into play, add one spore to it. Cards with spores gain the following test. Okay. Then, when you travel, if you're traveling on not fungal forest, distribute the spores to search the general set for a spore cloud and attach it to a non-human being or flora. Okay, so I'll have a look at the spore clouds. I think that might maybe give me some more understanding of what we're trying to achieve. Here they are, spore clouds. Excellent. So the spore cloud, after you clear the attached card, attach it face down to the spore specimen's mission. I see. And we need to have 3 or more path cards attached to the mission. Okay. All right, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Wonder if we just kill our little guys with the spores attached to it. Lead Ranger, search the path deck for the next flora and put it into play. That is not flora. That is not flora. That is flora. So that is an obstacle, and it is mycelial. So we are looking for the gathering. When a feature with the mycelial word comes into play, add 1 spore to it. So we have a spore. Excellent. And that's it. I think we're good to go. So we have to test it out on other things. We'll flip this. Oh, the mushrooms get stronger. How nice. And we'll draw this. We've got... Actually, we need to shuffle these. This is very interesting. Collecting. All right, we have found poison mushrooms. No, it's fatiguing and it's mycelial. It comes down with this, though. So, mycelials gain all of the other keywords of the other ones. So I definitely want to clear this one off. Now, when a feature, collect the spores from equal to your effort from a flora to this mission. Okay. So this is good. So this one has an effort, a test using spirit, which is good. This allows us to clear a path card through harm. So that seems fine. So let's unexhaust our roll, or exhaust our roll to bring this back into hand. And let's attempt this test here, which is focus plus this card. So we've got 2, so we're looking to see not -2, basically. Oh, even better. So we can add, collect the spores to move spores from this flora to thing. So we've got 1 effort, 1 spore up here. Excellent. The sunlight triggers next. Move 1 feature or being and discard runoff equal to the presence, minimum 1. If there is no remaining runoff, flip this card. So this is down to 3. Discard 1 harm or progress from an active flora. There isn't any, and none there. Oh, if a card has more than 1 spore, they spread. No, that's not the case. Excellent. So this gets shuffled. We have another glint. So now I want to use this spirit test to feel the expanding effects of the poison to soothe fatigue equal to our effort. Then add 1 harm to any flora. So I'm going to use my light as a feather, so that gives me 4, so I can't fail this test, which is good. So I'm going to soothe 2 fatigue, 1, 2. Light as a feather comes into hand again, tremendous. So I need to traverse this one, I think. So yeah, path cards, traverse a location or feature. So I'm going to discard light as a feather and traverse here. I'll add 1 spore to each active path card with a spore. So this one goes to 2. Okay, so we successfully traverse this one out of the way, which is good, so we don't have fatiguing. We're going to move 1 feature or being and discard runoff equal to its presence. So this comes back down, should have moved. So it's got 1. Then discard 1 or progress from an active flora or fauna, done. And then if a card has more than 1 spore, distribute those spores to other active path cards as evenly as possible. These aren't path cards. So that's all. So now I think we will, we need to get out of here. That's okay. Dog snoring. All right, let's actually do a scout of path cards equal to our effort. So we'll just do 1. That's a -2. Okay, interesting. We get a glint. So we're just drawing a path card basically. So drawing this Selenox switch. We're going to discard this and flip that. And this is going to move down to here. We're discarding from an active flora or fauna. And this is going to go 1 and 1. Okay. So this is interesting. Feature a layer. Yeah. So this obstacle is a bit of an annoyance, but we can clear things pretty easily. Yeah, I think we'll just rest. Bring all of our stuff back. Bring this back. And get another path card, and we find a spore mushroom. It's dangerous. Ooh, what is dangerous? So that comes down with a spore on it. Dangerous. That's a new one. Okay, keyword dangerous. After this card fatigues you, suffer 1 injury. Heal 1 injury and add 1 to any 1 flora. Okay. If there's no, it's not fatiguing. Oh, so that's if another card comes in that might have fatiguing. Yeah, that's interesting. Look, I think I'm going to bring the sketchbook into play. We've got the sketchbook sitting there. So we'll do that, and that will allow us to get rid of one of these cards. I should have 3 glints now. It might be worth our time to just clear this with the Verdessa. But let's first grab our light as a feather back. And let's use our collection with a throng to collect one of these. We succeed, we get a glint. So this is collected. So we've got 2 spores now. This is flipped. I add 1 runoff. We get fatigued. Discard a progress or a harm from a flora. No. And if a card has 1 or more than 1 spore, it doesn't. So that's it. Getting a few glints early doesn't hurt us at all, does it? Sneak under the veils, a veiled mushroom. Cause all cards to lose the mycelial keyword until the end of your turn. Yeah, I'm just going to play Touch of the Verdessa. It's going to cost us 1 of our glints, but is only going to cost us 1. And we're going to add 1 harm to a flora. We'll add it to here to destroy this flora. That's dangerous, so we're happy with that. Let's, yep, that's fine. I do want to add a shapeshifter friend. So we can't connect. So we'll just, we'll rest again. We'll draw a card. Shake the Earth is very nice. A Ravenous Selenok. It's a prey. Look at him go. That's a cool guy. If there's an active predator, if this predator has 1 or more... Oh, awesome. Okay, so this unexhausts. We will flip this to bring back a light as a feather, I think. We will use our focus to try and pull this little spore off, and we'll use Throng of Life to boost that. So we succeed in pulling that off. So we've now got the 3 that we need, which is excellent. However, we are going to fatigue. We are going to discard this from that. And then if there's a flora, no, we don't do that. And card doesn't have more than 1 spore. So that's good. So now we can clear this. And Touch of the Verdessa. Add 1 to a flora to add 4. So do I want to clear this guy? I do. I'm going to play Touch of the Verdessa again. I'm going to put 1 harm on this veiled mushroom to put 4 harm on this guy. And it's not a biomeld, damn. And then we will dodge the veiled mushroom, spending 3. No, we'll just use Riri the Sparrowhawk to put 1 damage on this guy. So he's defeated. And then we will exhaust this guy to put this guy attached to us. So we've now got a prey attached to us. Awesome. Yep. And then we will dodge the veiled mushrooms. Attempt to. We succeed. Nothing happens. We'll traverse the mycelial location with 2 lighters of feathers. And we're going to have 1 fatigue out of that. And so we successfully leave the location. We will add run off, and fatigue ourselves. So I think that's 2 fatigue. And that's it. Great turn of events. So we're going to travel. So we'll draw a card. This comes back. These 2 unexhaust. I think we'll go to the branching artery, which is going to be the main place. This says when you travel, if you are not traveling on fungal forest terrain, flip this card. Okay, so we've got to travel again. So that's okay. We can do that. Hopefully, pretty quickly. And we'll add all of the main artery cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that. That will come here. We're back at the branching artery. We're searching it for the next feature and putting that into play. That's Harlan Voss. He's not a feature. Quizzy Voss, also not a feature. Parasitic mushrooms. Yucky. Okay, so that is a bad card for us to get. We will exhaust our roll to bring Touch of the Verdessa back into hand. Sorry, we have to do another one. 102. A Veiled Mushroom. Obstacle and Mycelial. Awful. We need to read the branching artery, which is 102. I don't think there's anything that we need to know, but Cal Iver's not in play. Excellent, so we're good. Yeah, so this is annoying. Again, we can just Touch of the Verdessa and clear that guy away because he's got 3 or more fatigue, exhaust this flora, suffer 1 injury. Yeah, I think we just got to do that. We're just going to place a harm here. And that's done. And then, does this allow us? Yeah, it only adds us to a being. I needed to actually suggest a form. So we would have had to expend our green, but we had a lot of green, so that's fine. All right. Oh, we're still on the spore thing, so we've got 2 spores here. Wonder if we should try and grab that anyway. No, that's fine. We need to clear this obstacle. Did I have that obstacle in play before? Have I fucked up again with obstacles? Maybe not. I think we will just dodge this card, spending 3. We successfully dodge. We're adding another spore to this, and all areas are illuminated. And then we will draw. We'll attempt to traverse here, I suppose. We'll just discard our logbook. So that's good. We get 2 progress on the location and nothing to connect with. At this point, we'll just grab that stuff. So we successfully will grab 1. So we've got 4 spores because it's equal to our effort. And we're adding, we're down to this one. So we're adding 1 of these for a fatigue. No other path cards. Okay, we'll rest. We'll gain a card. It's a Sky Whip, and we will draw A poison mushroom. Ugh. Man, these little mushrooms are very annoying. I'm very keen to get away from these mushrooms. So we will exhaust our roll. They're just features, and I just need to get away. I have shaped the earth in hand. I just don't have a lot of glints. Let's use it anyway to eliminate the risk. So we'll shape the earth. We'll clear our glint. We'll put progress here. Oh no, because we need to clear the obstacle. So retract that. Retract that. Let us instead exhaust here to bring Touch of the Verdessa back into hand. Now we'll go Light as a Feather back into hand for the moment. And how do we do this best? Now we can clear that with Touch of the Verdessa. Yeah. All right. Yep, so we'll bring Touch of the Verdessa instead. We'll play Touch of the Verdessa. And we will put 1 harm to clear this guy. And then we'll use Awareness 3 with a glint, which is amazing, to sneak under there, place a harm on any one flora. So we'll place it on here, which clears that. And then we will, what was on here? Add 1 runoff to this card. Yep, so we're actually at 3 plus a fatigue. And then we will traverse the location. We can't traverse the location without a risk here. So let's just rest. Don't be an obstacle. It's a Ravenous Selenok. Excellent. All right, so here's how we play this turn. We draw a card. Shape the earth. We will, yeah, we've got 1 glint. We will spend 3 focus, 3 awareness to try and draw this guy. We successfully draw that guy. Gaining another glint and fatiguing ourselves again. We will then use the book to clear that. And then we will exhaust our roll to bring Light as a Feather back into hand. And then we'll traverse the location. And we successfully escape the location. We're going to go to the Severed Artery, which is going to mean we have the other path deck, which of course means that we now flip our Spore Specimen. With this, when you travel, distribute the spores to search the general set for a spore cloud and attach it to a non-human being or flora. Move spores equal to your effort from this mission to the spore cloud. Okay, exciting. So we've got this set. And we've got 3 of these. 2, 3. 2 of those, isn't it? For the Severed Artery. Yeah, 2. All right, so now we're going to be able to finish this mission, and hopefully we will be able to clear the Cerulean Curtain and start our exploration down in the very bottom level. This comes back, this comes back. We draw a card, Eagle Eye. That is exactly what we needed. Excellent. I need a way to soothe fatigue. So let's flip this. What does this say? Search the path deck for the next feature. That's Harlan Voss. That's a capacitive leech. That's a machine. That's a being. That's a being. That's a being. That's Quizzy. There we go. Humming circuits. It's got 2 power. It comes in adjacent to us. All right, and then we'll draw the stupid ambush guy. 1, 2. An area has more total power. Move this predator. If you have an equipped tech, we do not have an equipped tech, so no injury for us. This guy is going to allow us to add 4 progress to this. Okay, let's do this. We are going to use awareness to distribute the spores. Move spores equal to your effort from this mission to the spore cloud. Spore cloud. After you clear it, when there are no spores, move this card and this is going to be a tricky one actually. All right, I'm going to play Eagle Eye. Scout 3 path cards and then draw 1. 1, 2, 3. Capacitive leech. That one's going to the bottom. I don't want any more fatigue. Thank you very much. I don't want to do that one either. So we'll bring a capacitive leech down. And that is all. What was that card? Spore cloud. So now this guy's got 2 power. So this guy's not going to do an injury from us. This guy we want to clear with progress as quickly as we can, or with harm. But I've got a sketchbook in hand. So this is going to be okay, I think. So let's just confirm we understand how this is going to work. Distribute the spores to search the general set for a spore cloud and attach it to a non-human being or flora. Move spores equal to your effort from this mission onto the spore cloud. So then after you clear the attached card, when there are no, attach it face down. Okay, so we actually don't want to put a lot of awareness on this check. I see. I need to clear some fatigue. This is a problem. My fatigue clearing has proved to be the challenge for us for now. So it goes on a being or a flora, non-human being or a flora. All right, let's do this. We're going to spend 1 awareness to try and drop this by 1. We fail the test, but we have 2 awareness. So that goes here. We then get to attach a spore cloud to this capacitive leech. All areas count as illuminated. If there is an active predator, exhaust it. Add 2 harm to it and 2 harm to this being and equal to this predator's presence. So we've got a 2 and we've got a 2. Okay, so now, correct me if I'm wrong, we just need to clear these. After you clear the attached card, attach it face down to the spore specimens mission. I will use the Sparrowhawk to chomp this guy. He clears. The spore cloud comes back. I'm going to do a connect test with this coruscating phantom, discarding my sketchbook. We get a glint, so we go to 3. We're only going to put 3 progress on this guy. And we do not have an equipped tech, so we suffer no penalty there. I'm going to rest. There's no fatiguing. So I'm getting this back, and we're getting a capacitive leech. This is going to work, I think. So now I'm going to do another one of these. I'll spend 2. Did I draw a card? I didn't. Iron wool cap. There we go. So yep, so we'll attempt to attach a spore. So we're attaching 2 to this guy. Sunlight, add a runoff, so we fatigue. Everything's illuminated. Discard 1 unique token from a machine or tech. Add 1 power to this being. So this is going to go to here, and this is going to go to here. Alright. And what I'm going to do now is discard the, and I'm touching this to this. Discard the Ravenous Selenok to this. And then I'm going to clear that by using this. Exhaust. Shuffle a being attached to this biomeld into the path deck. If it is a prey, add 4 progress. So I just added 4 progress to that guy, which cleared him, which means he goes to this. And now I just have to clear this guy. So she'll put a damage on him. And we rest. Draw a card. Eagle Eye. Draw a card. A Bustling Lightbringer, 3 power. These unexhaust, this unexhausts. So now I can suggest this guy become another new form, but instead I'm going to spend 2 of that to attach this to this guy, and then discard 3 power. Can't do that. And then I'm just going to Sky Whip him, spending these 2 and this to destroy him and attach him to this, and that's it. With 1 card to spare. Come on! Alright, 1.114. I think I did that right. Sometimes this game confuses me with the way that it languages things. It's probably just me. After gathering up the last few specimens, you notice something. Some of those spores, those that come from the more dangerous varieties, because the plants they touch to writhe and recoil, could this be some sort of survival mechanism for the fungi? You wonder what application you might have for the spores. When it occurs to you, they might be just what you need to clear away the aggressive vines preventing you from reaching certain areas of the arcology. Complete the spores. We may swap 2 fatigue to gain 1 copy of the repellent spores reward card. Okay. Tested the spores and we gain a repellent spores reward card. Wonder if we'll have to have these attached. They have set up, so we can set up with those on our deck. Interesting. So we got spores, we got a rebreather. It's excellent. So literally what we need to do now is travel. So we can, where are we? We're at the severed artery. Yeah, so we can travel down to the cerulean curtain. Okay, let's unexhaust this, or exhaust our roll, and grab our best card ever, light as a feather, into our hand. And let's shuffle this. And let's go to the severed artery. I don't have that, so we're not suffering 2 fatigue, but we'll bring those in. Yeah, let's try and travel away from here, discarding that, and hopefully not fluff it. We don't fluff it. We suffer a fatigue. and we can travel, and we'll travel. Off we go. So that's it. We're going to end the day there, and we're going to travel all the way down to the cerulean curtain, and we will start our day with one of these repellent spores in our deck. And I'm enjoying this. So I don't know if I'm going quickly or if I'm going slowly, but I feel like we're going at a reasonable pace. So maybe do I ditch an eagle eye? Yeah. Yep. Actually, maybe I'll ditch a shapeshifter. Yeah, I think we're tracking along at a reasonably nice pace, which is good. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little game. I've got nothing bad to say about this game. It's probably the only negative I would say is, and this is one of my complaints with a number of games, I guess. I just think it'd be better with 2 players. You know, some games you play them and they're fantastic solo, and other games you play and they're okay solo, but you can tell that they'd be much better with more players. And that's sort of how I feel about this. When you could play this with a couple of mates or maybe just one other mate, that would be the ideal way to play this game. And so, yeah. All right, we've successfully completed the Spore Specimens mission, and thus we will head off onto the cerulean curtain, ready to move down to Stratum 3, and at Stratum 3 we are going to find the cage. So we just got to figure out how to get there, how best to get there. The verdant sphere looks nice. Let's go there. All right, friends, that's it. I'll catch you on the next episode. Big Deno out.